Okay, using function notation is actually a very easy concept. So let's get started right away. Instead of saying y equals 2x plus 3, we have f of x. So we have f and then x in parentheses. And all that is doing is saying for some value of x, the function is equal to. So we have our function, and then the next step is they'll say, okay, find the f of 4 for the function f of x is equal to 2x plus 3. All this is doing is telling us right here what value to put in place of the variable in parentheses. So we're just going to replace 4 for x in this function. So the f of 4 is equal to 2 times 4 plus 3. So the f of 4 is equal to 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3 is 11. So now they could also say find the f of 5 for the function f of x is equal to 2x plus 3. So f of 5 is equal to 2x plus 3. 2 times 5 plus 3. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 3 is 13. So again, it's very simple. All you have to do is plug in the value that they're asking you to find into the formula, and that will be function notation. Now, sometimes they will give you a problem like, let's say, okay, here is the f of x's equation. F of x is equal to 2x. And then we have the g of x, and that is equal to 3x plus 2. We want you to find the f of g of 4. So I like to remember it this way. We start at the innermost and work our way out. So the g of x would be the g of 4. So right here we'll do this one first. So we plug in 4 into this function. So the g of 4 is equal to 3 times 4 plus 2. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. So now we have the f of and g of 4 was equal to 14. So now we have 14, so we'll plug the f of 14 into f of x. So the f of 14, and I just write it this way to remember exactly what it is I'm doing. It doesn't mean that every single step on here is exactly how your math professor or teacher wants you to write it out. I'm just showing you this way to show you a way that makes it the easiest for you, the easiest to remember, to make sure you don't make any mistakes or anything like that. So the f of x, okay, 2x, so 2 times 14. So that is going to be 28. So let's do one more, adding in another variable. Okay, let's say, and these are very basic formulas that I'm using, but sometimes they'll get really big, like 3x squared minus 10 for the g of x, and the f of x is r squared minus 7r plus 2, and the f of g of negative 3. Something crazy like that. But if you follow this basic concept, you'll be able to apply those steps into bigger formulas, bigger functions, etc. Okay, so let's say that my f of x is equal to 4 plus 2x, and my g of x is equal to x squared minus 3, and my h of x is equal to we'll say 2 plus x. Okay, so let's find the f of h of g of, we'll just say 2. Okay, so again, we'll start, and I'm just making this up completely as I go if you can't already tell. We'll just start at the beginning. So our first one is the g of 2. So we'll say g of 2. So I know exactly what to plug in for x, 2. So 2 squared minus 3. So I have 2 squared. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 3 is going to give me 1. So now I'll do the h of g of 2. And so the first one was the g of 2. And then the second one is the h of g of 2. So we have the h of the g of 2 we found to be 1. So now we plug in 1 for h. So we have h, we have h of 1, and our formula was 2 plus x. So it'll be 2 plus 1. Again, that will be 3. So now we need to find the f of h of g of 2. So the f of g of 2 was 3. So we'll plug in f of 3 is equal to 4 plus 2 times x, so it would be times 3. So 4 plus 2 times 3 is 6. So 4 plus 6 is 10. So now we know that the f of h of g of 2 equals 10. So it can be pretty tricky if you're just looking at that, but remember always to break it down piece by piece, starting with the innermost one and then moving to the next one. Once you found that value, plug it in for that, and then for the next one, take that value and plug it in for the next one. And it could go on and on and on. I don't know exactly how far in depth that you'll actually get, but just remembering these concepts, again, you can plug them into any length of function, any type of thing. As long as you follow this, you'll be able to do step by step.